Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson, and we are in episode 4. We're going to talk about suit, appearance, makeup, hair, all the things that really bring the final touches to your stage aesthetic in this series, Winning Your Final Contest. And we talked last time, speaking of posing, Adam, that this may be an opportunity with your final show. You've got a couple under your belt this year to work on some things differently, test some things out. And I remember a client one time, asking other people, like, should I wear hair extensions? Should they be this long or this long? Like, what's the look? Can you even possibly win if you have super short hair, like shaved on one side? And, suit color, people are always asking that. Clients are constantly sending me photos of 2 different colors of suits, asking me what's, the best thing to do. So in terms of experimentation, for a final contest, I don't think you necessarily want to just change everything because some things are working for you. But is this a good spot to really maybe roll the dice on something new, Adam?
I think as long as it's not a national contest, I think you can do some more risky things. But there's so much technology now that we didn't have when I first started coaching. So my girls can actually do like a Photoshop app where they can put a color on their current body. As long as they fix the hair the way that they want it, for the most part, we can kind of predict what that look will look like. Now, stage lighting's the variable there because that can definitely change some things. But that makes a huge difference. And you can actually kind of experiment and Photoshop those different colors on you and really see how they look.
Mm-hmm. I remember listening to a seminar before a contest, and a makeup artist was really funny because I would not know these things, but she said, very dramatically, and oh my gosh, don't you ever coordinate your eye color with your fingernail color, or this or that, and talking about like your face tone. And obviously I'm aware that some people would look at those stylistic components as important, but how much do you think the judges are really paying attention? I mean, you're getting an overall facade, but mostly it's your physique. Have you talked to judges at that national level and said, man, how much does this really factor in?
Yeah, and that's what's great. They're always willing to share information. And Sandy always alludes to it's the overall package, the overall look. So, she'll usually comment on your hair and makeup. And I've actually had girls be told that their makeup wasn't great. And it was pretty bad, so they're going to mention that. Now, I don't think they scored them a whole lot lower, but I think it was, you didn't get a pro card because of this. You were 4th or 5th, maybe. And, that's just something that, use a different makeup artist or try something a little bit different. I always let the makeup artists do their work because there really is there's an art to that, and they're going to make you look the best. Sometimes people get ideas and they say, I want this, and that's sometimes where you can go wrong. So I usually just let the makeup artists do their best work.
I think there's something to be said for bringing some novelty as well. There is a bit of attention paid to somebody who does something different, even if you're kind of a known person. Let's say you're just naturally blonde and you dye your hair black for this particular show. I've seen women do that. It's like, wow, that is like, you look so different. It's hard to even recognize you. And I think that kind of does shake the lineup up a bit because people look at you differently. They're trying to figure it out. I've seen guys who, wear a mohawk or do something, very, very unique. And it just presents, I don't know, some kind of an entertainment value where it makes people smile. And I would think that affects the judges a little bit. Like, wow, this person's got some personality. They're willing to risk a little bit. I can't say that I've ever coached people that deeply on aesthetic, like, hey, let's try this. But do you have clients who ask for your opinion?
They do. And I usually narrow it down to 2 and what do you like best out of these 2 options, because at the end of the day, I want them to not feel so robotic and having to follow what I say. And if they pick something they're happy with, I think they're going to be happiest in the long run. Now, another good thing to talk about is changing suit color for your last show, just because you're going to get different photos. So it might be nice to have a different color suit to post your photos on, but again, be smart about the colors you pick, talk to your coach, sample some designs with the Photoshop app, and just use your best judgment.
Yeah. And from a guy who shaves his head and wears the same t-shirt every day, I'm clearly not the guy who's going to give the best style advice, but as I've told my clients, I can at least give you a perspective that could be equally useful, which is, as somebody who's not an expert in those aesthetics, I can tell you what I feel as a layman. And that's one good piece of information, but I would definitely contrast that with people who really know that part of the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say one more point is, just because you like a color doesn't mean that's the color you should wear.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, guys, we got one more episode. We're going to wrap this up with episode 5 coming up. We're going to talk about mindset for your final show. So we will see you next time in Contest Prep University.